South Africa has taken bold steps with the successful test launch of the University of KwaZulu-Natal's Phoenix 1B sounding rocket that took place at a test range in the Western Cape. The successful launch saw the test rocket travel 17.9 kilometers into the air, achieving a new African hybrid rocket altitude record. The Phoenix 1B is the third rocket variant to be developed by the university's Aerospace Systems Research Group, which is funded by the Department of Science and Innovation. Its third time lucky, as the first attempt in 2014 and the second in 2019 were unsuccessful owing to nozzle failure and software issues. For more on this story, our South Africa Bureau Chief Betty de Beers spoke with the leader of the Aerospace Research Group of the KwaZulu-Natal University on the significance of this launch.
Minister talked about all the advantages and the prospects. In simple English, for the man on the street, what does it mean?
You know, it's a demonstration of what's possible. And I'm pretty sure that even what happened on Monday is gonna inspire a few youngsters to overcome the odds, overcome the challenges, and take up a career in engineering or in science and maths. There's nothing better, at least in my view, than a rocket launch in inspiring dreams in people.
Yes.
And that's our hope.
Okay. Some of the students were quite excited being part of this, and they voiced their excitement. What was it like working with students? I know this started like 2010, I think. That's when the project itself started.
So the Phoenix program started in 2010. So during that process, we've gone through a number of students, but also it's spun off other research projects that are coupled to the program that have been brought under the umbrella of the program. So it's in the order of 10 graduates already that we've been through, and we've got a host of new students currently coming into the program. And it's really where you see the outcomes of what they learn in their undergraduate degrees. You begin to understand how much of what's been taught to them is actually sunk in. But what's most exciting really is just the incredible talents that we have access to.
I know it's third time lucky, if I'll put it that way, 2014, 2019. What was it like going through that process and getting to this point that everything went well?
It was nerve-wracking coming into this launch, but we were as prepared as we've ever been for a launch. And I think if we had been unsuccessful again, there would have been some need for antidepressants, I think. But there was just absolute jubilation, especially when we passed that sort of psychological barrier of 10 kilometers, then went past the record altitude, and then carried on going up and up.
What next for the ASREC project? And then any likelihood of partnership with other African countries, probably areas of strength of others and what you can teach others?
Well, the Phoenix program is going to continue. It's established itself as a really excellent tool for attracting students and training them up. Our objective is to create the propulsion platform that's required to operate a launch vehicle for small satellite services. And that's the hardest part of a rocket to get right. So we're targeting that. We're making some pretty good progress. This year we are looking to test fire our first prototype engine, which is much, much bigger than what we've worked on before. And then in terms of collaboration with other African countries, we've been keeping a very low profile because we're resource constrained, and really our focus must be on the technology side of things. But governments are starting to see what can be achieved, and we're expecting pretty soon some interactions with other countries as well. It's all about the resources.
The issue of disruptive satellite technology, you've made bold moves forward. Now, and you talked about commercialization. What are the prospects in that regard?
In terms of commercial prospects, the small launch vehicle development industry or sector is very, very competitive now. It's really just begun with Rocket Lab's ventures in the past few years. There are a lot of other smaller companies that want to come online. But the way we see it is we're pretty confident that we've got the right formula to take advantage of what Africa can offer, especially in terms of geolocation, in terms of the heritage infrastructure that we have, particularly in South Africa. And we're pretty confident that we can come up with a competitive system. What it does require, though, is some bold investment.